What's up, guys? Welcome to the pod. I just want to introduce my lovely fiance, Kevin Ketchum.
Love you, baby.
And also DK. He's the guy that knows everything.
Should we kiss DK? I don't know.
A scratch and a kiss, and it's like, and also DK.
And also DK. Love this guy too. Welcome back to the pod. We're on our.
That was terrible.
No, this is great.
This is great. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling this one. This is our.
Yeah.
This is our
Welcome
pod. Two weebs and a waifu.
and my name-
Waifu. I'm gonna learn it right. Yeah.
And then...
What's your name?
By the way, I'm Angie Bodangie.
Angie Bodangie.
I'm new to the club.
Banana fan of
She's new to the club, but she's been on a pod before, so we're glad to have her back. We're just kind of chilling. This is our Nerdy Jock Media hang. We're just talking whatever we've been watching, catching up, talking about different kinds of things. Some things not even pertaining to anime, some gaming stuff, some Gunpla, some model building.
Well, that's what I'm interested in talking about because the last two times we did this, Angie Bodangie, we're talking about her experience dating somebody who's into this culture as somebody who's not into the culture herself. And she actually witnessed you building a Gunpla, but not a Gunpla. It was Evangelion Unit 2 and kind of a small one.
Yes.
So you witnessed all of this stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'd love to hear your impression of it.
It was a lot. I mean, I saw the box and he was pulling out all the pieces. I had no idea what it was going to become, but it was so many little itty bitty plastic pieces. You should even like show like an example of what I'm talking about.
Do you have like the grids that you snip off?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I don't have the grids.
Well, but for the people watching, a lot of them know what it's like trying to build a Gunpla or something.
This is okay. This is the box. The box looks pretty fantastic and big.
I was impressed.
But the actual product, pretty amazing and pretty intricate and pretty small. So if you can see right there, guys, on our camera, I need to get. I'll get a close up shot and add it in there. But it's an intricately detailed system. So basically, if you don't know what Gunplas are, I'm sure a lot of people here do know. It's basically a Japanese model kit, famously started from the Gundam series.
Right.
And it has expanded to other series like my favorites, Neon Genesis Evangelion. And Unit 2 is one of my favorites. So I was like, you know what? Angie and I, we have been doing puzzles, like crossword puzzles. Not crosswords, sorry. Just
puzzles.
Just puzzles.
Just regular puzzles.
Just regular puzzles. Just to like, just hang out. We're trying to do stuff that's hanging out that's not always TV oriented because I crush a lot of tape when it comes to anime and other stuff like that.
Well, and I really like music, so it's a time where I can listen to music, and then we still have like,
she can listen
craft.
Craft
is like a good way to like connect.
Yeah, we're trying to do more things around the house that are like just us time that we can just relax and decompress and live old school little house on the prairie style, but in 2025. No?
He makes it sound so terrible.
No,
it's great.
It's great because listen, we're in kind of a weird abyss time where it's both good and bad, where there's so much content to consume. You kind of have choice paradox. It's like, what am I going to watch today? Am I going to read a book that I've been meaning to read? Am I going to watch this new Korean show that I've been waiting to watch? This new documentary series on Netflix that I've been waiting to watch, or the thing that everybody else, or just like do something and like even not just relationship wise as a parent, I try to figure this stuff out too. So now I've built into the day a period of time where my son, like, because there are YouTube videos that teach you how to draw things. And there are things that he really likes drawing. He
Your
draws
kid's
a lot.
really smart, by the way.
He's super
Good
smart.
kid. Great kid.
He loves drawing owls. So yesterday, I put on 5 different YouTube videos of just how to draw an owl. Yeah. And it's like look at like these different kinds of owls. Here's a snow owl. Here's a screech owl. Here's this kind of owl. And he was just following the instructions. And for a 5-year-old, the things that he came up with were really freaking good. Awesome. I was like, this is a great use of this technology where you can turn this into this cozy crafting time.
Well, what's the owls that have is it horned owls that have the little things up, or do all owls? There's like the owls that have the Batman horns.
Horn owls certainly do, and other owls do too. I think screech owls do too.
Okay.
I'm not an owl expert.
If
you guys
should be,
if you guys ever have kids, you'll find that every year there is a new thing that is in fashion for kids, like a new animal. Like there's foxes on all the clothes, or there's
what did the fox say? That's a
Shout out
throwback
to
now.
Elvis. Yeah, 15
man.
years ago. Gosh.
That's old school now, but
Yeah. Oh, Kian loves that song. Though,
yep,
so
they all do. They all do.
But when he was born, coincidentally, it was owls that were the thing. And I remember when he was first starting to like coo, when he was starting to phonate, it was when I would be changing his diaper. There was a little owl or ornament hanging from a little thing on the counter where his changing bed was, and he would just talk to it, just like and stuff. And now
like his first friend, or like, I don't know, in
imaginary friend, and then the owl talked back.
Right, and now the
horror
point
movie
is,
right there. No,
the A to B is that he's now drawing owls, and so
nice.
I've turned home time into like we do Legos.
Yeah.
I'll put on a YouTube video that's like
I
a
do
how to
really
draw
enjoy it.
thing. It's like, listen, you guys know he loves Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, yeah, we were just playing right before this pod.
Yep.
It
Right.
was fun.
He loves it, and so I'm like, hey, like let's turn on a how to draw Sonic video and stuff like that. And he drew one yesterday. He drew one today. Already today, it's better than the version he drew yesterday.
Nice.
And so it's a good lesson of like, hey, look, it's not about perfection.
Right.
It's about progression. It's like look at your drawing yesterday. Look at today. This one's clearly better. It's like you're learning. You're in the learning space. You're doing this and that and stuff like that. Which brings us back to Gunpla.
Yeah,
You know,
so
it's good.
just about
By the way,
connecting.
how do you say the word?
So Gunpla. I mean, I just learned this word the other day
I keep
because I was
thinking
looking
you're
it
saying
up. All the
Gundam
models
style.
online.
And it's a combination between Gundam, which is the robot
Gundam style
property. Yeah,
Gundam
Gundam style.
I always
Not
keep
the same
I keep
thing at
thinking of
all,
that
but-
song. Every time you say that
No.
word, I'm like,
Well, Gundam. So I'm gonna make.
style.
I want to make her watch Gundam. I want to have like a cool. I actually want to do an extensive Gundam verse thing. I just
Oh
need.
my gosh, there's too much. There's
Just
too
send us
much.
money. Send us $1 billion, and we can quit our jobs. We could do like hardcore
Yeah.
podcasts about this.
But listen, I
Work is getting in the
have
way.
like a master grade Gundam.
You have
or
one?
Gunpla that I need to
Okay.
build. I just haven't had time. But
Ooh,
because
of what?
It's of a Gundam. I don't know what series it's from. I got it for
gonna take a
Christmas from
while.
my sister.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while, and I've been building all these Lego kits with
Yeah.
my son, and he's like, "Daddy, when are you gonna build the Gundam?"
you got to
Oh,
do it,
he's
dude.
calling
So
you
it's
out.
like you don't understand. It takes us hours
It's-
to build these massive Mario Legos. That's
Yeah.
the Gundam
It's
is
so
gonna take us
intricate.
weeks. Like it's crazy.
Well,
Do you know that like inside of this one, it even has the plug of where not
Yeah.
Shinji, who's the one that's the girl.
Oh, okay.
Asuka.
Do you guys want to see it? Do you
Literally,
I
it has
can
the
probably
little
pull
plug
it.
of
Let's
where
go.
Asuka goes into the thing.
So,
or into.
It has the umbilical.
Oh, the
cable.
entry
It has
plug.
an umbilical cable, and it also has like. If I can even get us on the camera here, this is pretty cool. So
might have to show it closer.
I'll just do this while I'm talking right now. Is basically I used to do this as a kid because I have a ton of figures. I'm not even showing you guys right now. You'll see when I get my new home studio set up. Like I have 100 billion, not 100, but a lot of
100 billion.
little
1
100 trillion
million.
figures that I made growing up. Like my whole
Yeah.
closet as a kid, like was all shelves of like anime characters and stuff. So I made a whole.
Well, because when we were growing up,
foot moves
like
too.
Gundam Wing had just come out, and those things were hitting the market hard. So
Big time.
I'm sure you built some Gundam Wing
So look,
Gunplas
it's
back in
very-
the day.
Never
very
heard these
particular.
before, by the way.
Let's
and
see.
you
Let's
lift
see.
this up, and then, dude, if I had tweezers right now, you can actually
pull
out
the plug of where like Asuka would go
entry
into.
plug.
That's
Like
so
what?
cool.
Like that's how intricate it was, and it was just pieces of plastic. And you put
That's
it
just
together.
tiny. The
Like,
one that I have
what?
that I haven't built, it's
master grade.
4 times that size.
So yes.
Oh,
so
that's
huge.
that's
Here's
what
what
I wanted.
I just found
but-
out recently because I'm brand new. I mean, not brand new, but like
at that.
basically since I'm, in the 2025 era.
I think we've taken a long break. I think you and I haven't built Gunpla in like decades.
I did
Yeah.
Gunpla when I was a kid, and like,
Yeah.
you know what? I was like, let's do that now because I did the puzzles with Angie. Like, you know what? This is actually kind of fun, and for me, it was more of like just a daily stress reliever. Like
It is.
Well,
Like,
and
when you
'cause we
follow
work a lot,
instructions and you're
like-
like step by step.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. It's so relaxing doing that.
No, you're fine.
Like
And,
that's why it's so fun building
That's
Legos with my son too, because it's like, okay, let's read the instructions. Now we do this part. Now we do this part.
the
It's
legs.
relaxing having a set of
is.
instructions.
it's weird. It's
I
weird
enjoy
because
it.
like this is like
And then you create something.
yeah, and I think growing up, like I used to make fun of those, those people that had railroad like train sets in their basement, like a big thing, diorama. The dads be working on those for hours. Like, I was like, this is the newest generation for the anime fans. This is our railroad sets, okay? This really is our like Warhammer.
You know what's really popular?
Whatever
right
thousand they have.
No,
go ahead.
What's really
Lego?
popular?
I don't know. For me, it's like the Lego sets where you can make like the flowers or
at Costco,
like the trees.
They have like bonsai trees and
everything.
flowers.
You can make like succulent like gardens. And I really want to get them. They're not cheap.
Well, I'll get you one.
They're
baby.
like
I love you.
$100.
I'll get you one. The thing about that is that like they don't die like all the other bonsai trees.
That's what I'm
have.
saying. No, like we don't have a green thumb. We gotta learn.
Exactly. But long story short is like I'm just getting into Gunpla. I might even start doing like a little YouTube, like different, like kind of nut channel, but like just like, hey, I'm gonna do a new build because this is a real grade build, and then the master grade is bigger than the real grade build. So this is
there are levels to this Gunpla game. Yeah,
this is roughly 7 inches, right?
This is like what you would want to build as a kid if you wanted an action figure to play with.
Yes,
and then the master grade stuff is like you're never gonna play with it, but it's gonna be like,
it's about that big.
It's gonna be like. Or even bigger sometimes.
Even bigger. It's going to look awesome.
But it's been a while since you made one. Right. First one.
Oh, first time in decades I've done one. But I had so much fun doing it. That's the thing is like it's intricate detail work. It's a lot of fun.
It took
and
a long time.
I went down the YouTube rabbit hole for a long time.
How long do you think it took you?
I would say it took me about, when I say days, I mean like 2.5 days, which is like probably like 3 hours. So like 9 hours, maybe or 10 hours total.
Yeah, every time you went to it.
Every time I went to it was like 3 hours each. But for me, I was like, I got off work. I was like, you know what, babe? She's like, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I was like, you know what? Instead of actually, getting on the gaming system or watch it, I'm just going to just like unplug and just like connect to the real world again. And like, it's a great distractor and also just a fun activity to do. And I love the finished products.
I think it's good for the brain too, because not just in terms of its problem solving, but you're really going step by step. It's attention to detail.
Yes,
it's all these things, and it's like
I messed up a few times.
You have to be.
I cut some shit I shouldn't have cut.
Yeah, you have to be patient. You really do. You really do. So it's very, very good for you.
It is my Zen garden in a way now. So like I'm really enjoying that, and I haven't bought the next one yet because like once I get this one's roughly about $50. Like that's okay.
That was 50.
I know that was Amazon. These damn tariffs, but
it
is what it is.
Oh, dude, they're about to get worse. Yeah,
I know.
Really?
So
dude,
order everything now.
Order everything now.
You got to make an hour drive to where I live in the San Gabriel Valley. You got to go to Tokyo Central because they have all of these model kits. Like you can do like a master grade of Goku in the turban when he shows up at the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai or whatever when he's all of a sudden a grown up.
I know what that is. Yeah.
And it's like they're that would probably be $50, but it's master grade. It's like you should.
Oh, that's a really good deal.
But here's the deal,
we
Dan.
should go there.
Here's the deal, guys. I was like,
really quick. Is that Goku a model kit or was that just a figure?
Just a figure.
Okay.
A beautiful. If you can see it in the back, guys, it's a beautiful Goku that I got from my buddy Luis when he went to Tokyo.
Went to Japan.
Shout out to Luis.
Shout out to Luis. He'll be on a pod eventually. Okay, but talking about this gunplay, back on subject here, is that this is a real grade. And then there's high grade below real grade. And then there's just YouTube grades for Gunpla. And it's like you can get a 5-minute video that describes it. But this is real grade. Master grade goes after real grade.
Yeah.
But then there's perfect grade.
Yes, perfect grade.
Is that what it's called?
That's what I'm excited to do. I want to do perfect grade.
I do too.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Is that like life size?
I know.
Because that would be the size of a Gundam.
It's the same exact. It's actually the same size as a master grade, but it's even more detail and more intricacies. Like you can actually tell the difference.
There's like 3 layers to the endoskeleton by itself, where it's like you have to build.
Does your brother make these too?
Matt doesn't really do Gunpla, but I kind of have.
He has like a lot of.
He doesn't have much time. He has 3 kids as well.
And he has figures though, right? You were telling.
Oh, he has this crazy room, like an awesome room.
He has an amazing he's
like this kind of stuff.
Like I've never been a physical.
It's like as big as this.
Yeah, he's got his own like theater room that he made where he projects gaming. He has a projector for games, and he has like all the anime, all the VHS forward. He has the original NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64. Like, I'm gonna make a video for you. I had a video before, but I lost it. My phone died, and I lost all my videos. And I was gonna make a YouTube video for you guys of that information. But long story short is that this is awesome. Like, I think if you guys have never been into Gunpla, or like, for me, I'm an Eva guy, even more than Gundam, which I do like. I really do like Gundam. I've seen probably like 4 or 5 series total.
Right now, my son and I are watching G Gundam, which I've never seen. Which is the one where they actually like fight.
Yeah. I don't know what any of this
It's not like piloting. It's like the moves that you make are the moves the Gundam make. It's basically like Gundam Street Fighter for people who didn't grow up in the 90s, early 2000s. And it was the first. I don't know if it was the first outside of the original continuity show that Sunrise made, but it was the progenitor to Gundam Wing. That was the second one they did, and it came out after in the States, but we're both loving it. Like, it's so fun because I mean, he's 5 years old. He likes watching robots fighting. Yeah. So we just went on Amazon yesterday and we saw. I was because he has these like robot toys. I was like, hey, do you want a Gundam to fight your toys? And he was like, yeah. And so we're going through, and then I was going through the Gundams, and I saw the Shining Gundam, which is the main one from G Gundam. I was like, hey, that's the one from the show we're watching. He's like, get me that, Daddy. And so, yeah.
Well, speaking of,
you got it.
Oh yeah,
you got it. Yeah.
It's on its way.
That's awesome.
Well, I hear G Gundam is one of the more popular Gundam series out there. But speaking of, like, not to add to our list of shows we need to watch.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
But we have to watch Gundam QUUUUUX. It's written by.
What? Why is there so many
U's there are?
There's 6 U's. There's 6 U's. It's Gundam QUUUUUX. That's what it's called. The series name.
UX.
So
that's the Anno one, right?
Yeah, this is the Hideaki Anno,
Are you
who is
saying
the
it
creator
right?
of. I am. I know. I didn't know how to pronounce it, and they're like, you're not supposed to be able to. So just say the new series that looks where the Gundams look like Evas. We'll put a picture here, right here, for you guys to see. It's the new series. I actually went to the screening in AMC. They had the first 3 episodes of Gundam.
Oh, I remember when you went.
QUUUUUX. Please tell me how to pronounce it.
Did you go with him, Angie?
No, I
She
didn't.
did not.
I was like, you go,
I wanted to
babe.
hear your impression, but
There's only so much I can convince her to watch, but like that one, she was not willing to go.
You can do a few at AMC, actually.
I know I go to quite a bit.
They offer like one a month, I feel like.
I mean, anime. They do a lot
Are
of.
you
great,
in the club, or do you just do a lot of Fathom events?
I'm part of AMC Pass. So a lot of times I can actually get some of those Fathom events that feature anime heavily, like the Miyazaki thing they do every year and other stuff like that.
Right. Is that included?
We saw Evangelion in AMC, actually, on the big screen.
The End of Evangelion. You said
We
that.
saw End of Evangelion, yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was the end.
Yeah, we saw the End of Evangelion, the film.
Yeah, that was cool. At AMC.
Blew my mind.
That's cool that they show it at the actual theater, though. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And speaking of big things,
you wouldn't think that.
Well, since we're talking about the transition from the Eva to Gundam, let's transition back to Eva and the End of Evangelion since we're here on the pod. I don't know if I'm going to have you every pod. So, what did you think? What did you think about that film?
I don't. Give me some reminders of how.
Okay, what?
Okay, so.
Oh my gosh! Remember the film?
I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't remember the end.
Let me set the table. The show starts with like, this is just going to be robots versus monsters, which is pretty typical.
Yeah.
Halfway through the show, it starts twisting it where it's like, this is about the psyche of humans,
humanity
in general.
And then it goes to the black and white. When you say the end, I'm confused.
Well, the End of Evangelion.
It's like the
End of the Evangelion is the movie where,
at the very end.
Shinji makes the choice. He has the choice to let the world end.
Oh, or stay with the woman, or stay with his love.
Stay with humanity, or just not with love. It's
like, it's all coming back to me.
Yes.
And the girl gets all crazy. Yes,
yeah.
and she becomes everything.
Yes.
And they have some great Beatles music in there as well. Like, what a great soundtrack.
They have that song that Hideaki Anno wrote, the tumbling down song.
Does she melt away or something like that? Or like she starts falling apart or something?
Yes.
Okay, I remember
it. It is the most Pink Floyd trippiest film you're ever going to see.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Like, I
especially on the big screen.
That was so like cruel compared to the show. When the UN force goes into Nerve and they're like flamethrowers.
Yes.
Like
that was part of the movie.
Their bodies.
And people are
so
hiding.
bad,
That's right. I remember the girls hiding underneath the desk.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Here's a
Shinji's
gun." She's
hiding
like, "I
underneath
don't
the
know how to
stairs.
use a gun."
Yeah.
Yeah, he becomes a little
bitch.
pansy.
You can say it.
I mean, there's the very
redeems
awkward.
himself.
Yeah, he's
Him
going
and
all.
Asuka
But he's like
at the
all
beginning where
hardcore, and then he's like, "Nah."
shaking a comatose Asuka, and then he like reveals her boob, and then
And then.
yeah, and then it's like, whoa, Shinji, dude, come on.
DK never wanted to stray away from controversy on our podcast.
Never. We're leaning into it because
didn't
again,
write it. We didn't
Hideaki Anno is Shinji.
Okay.
And at this point in the thing, he was unhealthily obsessed with the actress who played Asuka. And to have this scene.
Oh, man. All right, you know what? Let's break it down. Screw it. F it. Let's break it down. Here is the deal. We're going to ask you guys.
F it.
I'm asking you guys, and I'm asking you guys, fans at home. How do you feel about this scene? Because I think it's completely, it is deranged, but it's also the most appropriate and perfect scene for that moment of a film. I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic.
Okay, the way that I feel about this scene.
I'll tell you why.
The way that I feel about this scene, to make a weird analogy, is the way that I feel about the song "Daddy" by Korn, where it's like both deranged but so incredibly honest. You kind of applaud
the bravery
and the honesty of it because it's this thing. Okay, so for those of you who haven't
Still
seen
wrong,
it,
guys.
okay.
You don't do this.
Shinji is so
don't do this.
Shinji at
Us?
No, don't do.
Well, no, you're not gonna.
No,
No,
Shinji.
No.
Don't copy Shinji.
It doesn't mean that this is acceptable, good behavior.
Yes,
but
you just
at this point in the story, Shinji has lost everything.
Who knows?
set the stakes, right? The world is about to end.
He killed Kaoru.
That's true.
He killed Kaoru.
They did kiss before, right?
Yeah. Well, he did kiss Asuka.
It's not some random.
So he did kill Kaoru, and now he's at the point where all of his relationships are at their lowest point. If you remember, if you remember, the last moment of narrative in the show was he is bemoaning and he's depressed about the fact that he killed Kaoru,
right.
and Misato is telling him like, no. You had to do
it
this.
had to happen.
You are an Evangelion pilot. You are trying to save the world.
It's part.
And he says to her, like, you're so cold, Misato. And stuff like that. So
I love her.
all of his relationships are destroyed.
Yeah.
Asuka's in a coma.
Yeah.
He shakes her loose. And he's a 14-year-old boy. Like he's a 14-year-old boy. So then he like
Dan,
he sees. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Just 1 second here. We also got to add in the fact that if you put it in relationship to story, and what's going on is like literally the world is about to end.
Yes.
Like they all know it. It's not at this point, it's not even like a question.
Yeah.
It's not something we think we can change or save. They don't know at this point. They're like
everyone is powerless, including and especially the Evangelion pilots. Yeah.
They know that the eventual doomsday or Armageddon apocalypse is literally upon them.
So
they know that, right?
Yes,
they know that.
So
what would you do?
Shinji's looking for a form of release from all the stress.
Well, it's not just a form of release because he's begging Asuka to help him. He's like, wake up, help me, save me, and tell me what to do. He's lost all agency, and then he exposes her nude body. We won't stay away from this. He pleasures himself over her comatose body
in the hospital. In the hospital,
and then he says like, "I'm so effed up." Yeah. That was the original translation. He like the self-loathing that follows is like he comes back to reality.
It's like his lowest low.
Yes, and that's
for a 14-year-old.
That was one of the translations too. He says, "I'm the lowest of the low."
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like one of the translations.
I think that's the one we saw.
We've seen it all.
I feel like that's what I remember.
We've seen it all.
But
like the point of this isn't that like. This isn't a comment that Shinji is a good person.
Right.
That you should do this. It's like in the setting with the stakes.
That's what you're saying.
Who this character is
yes.
at this point in his journey. This was such a deranged and honest depiction.
It doesn't seem like it's something that would be as messed up and deranged as it is. It still doesn't seem like it's something. Yeah, in context for all that's going on in the story, in his life, in the scene, like it doesn't seem like something that's completely out of place or something you wouldn't like. It's not there,
and that's the whole movie.
Yes,
that makes
exactly.
Misato, as she's dying,
oh my gosh,
she can't motivate him to pilot the Ava, so she makes out with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like she makes out with him and then promises that he will get more later.
Yeah.
They're trying everything they can to save humanity.
He's like the last hope.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
It's wild,
it's like, and who knows what happens.
It's wild, but it's amazing.
Like,
is
that all part of the movie, or is that at the last
that's
episode?
the movie. That's the movie.
That's just the movie.
Because
the movie is so cruel and deranged and honest.
I love the movie. I mean, technically, the movie would be the last episode, or last 3 episodes, if they had the budget to finish it. If Gainax had the money,
there's rough animation of the movie in the previews for the next episodes of the last episodes when they ran out of budget.
And that's what it would have been. So, like, it's actually a kind of a perfect ending, and it's the most effed up, twisted, but also brutally honest and emotionally. If you're willing to open your heart, watch what you're like, take all the emotional stakes, all the drama in there, and watch it as a film. You know, like it is.
As a human being, watching human beings at their lowest low. It's like watching a Lars von Trier movie.
Yes.
Almost in that way.
Or even Kubrick, Lars von Trier, that kind of level.
Yeah.
And just say, okay, there is life in this mess. Like, this is it. Like, that's kind of the whole essence of humanity, is that, like, man, what a grotesque, disgusting, not always perfect, but still love. You know, like, in a way, like, still, there's literally every feeling in one. And, like, I don't think, like, as much as when I saw it growing up, I had different feelings than I do now. You know, I saw it when I was like, a teenager, late teenager. I saw it in Evangelion, and then I saw it now, and then like it's always disturbing. Like, let's be real. Like, anyone's watching
it's always going to be disturbing.
Listen. There are people out there. You might be one of them. I think Kevin's one of them who rewatches
that
Ava
has or has
every year.
not.
Every year. I watch it every year.
For me, I need like a 3 or 4 year buffer because just the sheer amount of humanity you get slapped in the face with that show. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I can't do that every year.
I love it.
It takes me weeks.
And then after you watch it, you have to like, you sit there in your own thoughts, like, what am I like? What did I just watch? What am I supposed to understand?
Who am I?
Yeah, and then it makes you perspective. Like, should I go to work tomorrow? You're like, well,
should I just turn into jelly?
Point?
Should all of humanity just turn into
You're like,
jelly?
I mean, what's
Should we
real
all
and
just
what's
become
like
one ectoplasmic goo together in unity with a hive brain, like
does it knock
Halo?
your brain? I'm just saying.
But this is what I love about Kevin is that I didn't know this about him when I met him.
Yeah,
obviously, and then like I remember one time
I'm deep as shit.
When you were living in Laurel Canyon, and our mutual friend Mark and I went over to your house, and this was the same time you were explaining the dragon boxes to me and stuff like that. I brought up Evangelion, and your one comment, you were like, "Dude, Evangelion is the Kubrick of anime." And I was just like, "Oh,
it's his favorite.
This guy freaking gets it. Like this guy, because unless you get it, you can't talk about Evangelion to people because it's like why should you watch this? When you watch Evangelion, you're gonna explore the most uncomfortable corners of your own humanity. I love
that. That's where he started me off with when I watched anime.
It's a great breaker for anyone out there who has a girlfriend or fiance who they want to introduce to anime.
Other shows
who doesn't know anime. I think the best thing to go, you just got to go balls deep. You got to go straight into Evangelion.
You could start with like Dragon Ball.
Demon Slayer.
Dragon Ball's a good one.
No, but
Demon Slayer.
End of Evangelion. I mean, guys, like I keep saying, we're gonna eventually do a full college course class on Evangelion. We have to. Just for me, like we're gonna have to do an in-depth episode by episode. We're gonna go. We can sell this online for how detailed it's going to be. We could.
What do you mean?
I could.
They like an audiobook?
Look, in London or Europe, they have Harry Potter classes in like grade school or grad school.
Like a class.
Like a class. Like it's going to be
a college
the
class,
attention to detail that I want to put into my love for Evangelion into a podcast form. It's going to be obscenely intricate.
Well, I think that
but there's a lot.
I think that I've seen a lot of these, and a lot of them are really good. I think that Totally Not Mark did a very good job. I think that the Get Animated pod by the people who do the Get Played pod did a very good job because I know that One of them is also a super fan of Evangelion. And I think that like, in order to explore this, and the thing that makes Evangelion so special is exploring it from the context of the self.
Right.
How did it affect us?
That's why I liked it.
Like the thing that I always will love Eva for forever, and will say like it's one of my top 3 of all time, no matter what comes out, is that it made me question my own humanity in a way that no other piece of fiction ever has.
Right.
Real.
From start to finish, I realized things about
Profound.
myself.
Yeah.
Things about myself that I had never, things that are so human, like layers to the human being that we hide from ourselves that you never admit because they're so embarrassing.
Yeah.
They're so embarrassing. And even before End of Evangelion, I remember watching that show and just being like, oh, I do this thing that I'm really embarrassed about. And I had to confront it.
Yeah.
And
It's like awakening.
it changed me. It matured me. Like it made me, because it's like we all have trauma in life and we all have adaptations, which are either healthy or malformed in our responses to those traumas and stuff like that. And we like to sweep the malformed adaptations under the rug as much as possible. And Evangelion is like a spotlight, a bright nuclear spotlight on those maladaptations. It's like, hey, we're all human, we're all ugly, and we're all perfect.
Right.
Look at this.
Scared of
Well,
again?
I mean, when you said we're all human, go ahead, babe.
Oh, I was just thinking, like, Shinji was scared of, like, showing up or...
But that's amazing, by the way.
What was it?
Well, he was scared. He was
kept
scared.
running away
He was
from
scared
something.
of failing because he.
That's what it was.
Because
So they start with the big
I
one.
would posit that his mother's disappearance / death, plus his father's abandonment.
It was
His father
that.
did a lot of damage.
And then doesn't he show up later?
Yeah.
Dude.
On episode 1.
Okay, anyway, sorry. I digress.
Well, like his whole psyche is that he. It's internalized toxic shame. It's like I am so
Shame.
human.
Shame's a big one.
Yeah. Well, that's something.
Well, that's a part of it. That's a part of the Evangelion.
Yeah.
Like I think the point we're trying to make here, like that you literally did a great job, DK. You just hit it right on the nose. Was that like I think Evangelion explores every part of humanity, and like everything you don't want to explore, it's gonna go there in ways that you might not think. Like it might. Easy accessible ways. It might be in harsher ways, like the End of Evangelion scene with Shinji and Asuka. That's not tough for anyone. We watched it in the theater, and everyone kind of like, oh,
Even if you've seen it,
we've
10
seen it a million times.
Like I
Like,
have. It's still
It's hard. It
comfortable
hurts
to watch. It's hard.
But it's important, and like that's what good cinema does. It kind of challenges you to like watch these things or get through these subjects on your own and say, wow. In this situation with this character, in the moment he's in, like why or how or does it make sense? And it does, and it does, and like that's why it gets a pass. As effed up, and like if it were just trash cinema, they'd be like, wow, that was grotesque and that was just gratuitous. But like no, it actually really was important.
No, it makes a point.
And vital to like even the end. It goes full circle.
Yeah.
There's the at the very end, spoilers, but Shinji is, kind of, the end is there. The world is still there, but it's in ruins. It's not the same world we knew before.
Because he made a mistake.
Yeah.
In an emotional moment at the midpoint of the story, he says, I don't want to feel this way, so just end it all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to feel this way, just end it all. And he sacrifices humanity for his own comfort. And then he realizes,
but he gets to save it, but it's still fucked up.
He gets to save it, and then like him and Asuka are all that are left.
Yes,
it's like,
and he's like a little, choking her on the beach. Like it's like, dude,
It's like a Twilight.
It is
which to make it even more messed up.
It's like, deeply messed up.
Hideaki Anno is Shinji. He didn't have a final line for Asuka to say. He didn't know what to say. He thought that what she was going to say is "I love you" to try to save him, to get him to stop choking her, but it just didn't work. He tried all these different things. He made the actress who played Shinji actually choke the actress who played Asuka, and it was the actress through all of this weird method crap that Hideaki Anno put them through that came up with the line like "disgusting" at the very end, like that
And that's
final.
what she says.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's so raw.
It's so raw.
It's
It's
hard.
so real. It's amazing, and like it's This is it. It is cinema at its purest and most beautiful and messed up and effed up form. Like it's
that's why you should buy some
Gunpla.
Evangelion Gunpla and build it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Full circle.
We'll end this pod on one quote I just read recently. Actually, Hayao Miyazaki, and everyone on this pod who's listening to the pod knows Hayao Miyazaki. He was the creator of Princess Mononoke, Wind Rises,
Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro,
Ponyo, everything you've ever known.
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, Lupin the Third, Castle of Cagliostro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically, the Disney of anime said recently in an interview, he was talking and he said to Hideaki Anno, he's like, no other time in my life have I ever asked someone to finish their work except for him. He's like, hey, he's talking about the rebuild.
Right.
Because there was like every rebuild, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 years in between rebuilds.
Right.
And I think Miyazaki's thinking, he's like, dude, I don't know if I'll live to see the last one. But like, not intentional. But he's saying,
he didn't think that Anno would live.
Yeah.
Because now we're getting in the weeds. Well, if you look at the preview between Rebuild 2 and Rebuild 3, it was supposed to be something different. Yeah. And Hideaki Anno took a big left turn with 3. And it was very controversial, and a lot of people hated it. They're like, this is such a big left turn. I don't like it. And Hideaki Anno himself, it caused him to almost unalive himself.
Wow.
To the point where Hayao Miyazaki, to try to save his friend, was like, hey, do you want to be the lead role of my film, like The Wind Rises? And like just to give him some inspiration. And so then Hideaki Anno had the Herculean task of like, I took a wrong turn, and now I have to try to correct it in the 4th and final film. In the most honest way possible.
I think he does.
I think the 4th film is great.
I think it's kind of boring, but it actually does work. The first half is pretty damn boring.
I think the 4th one is great. It's great. I love the 4th one. Yes. But, so yeah, go. Sorry.
Okay, let me finish my amazing. I was on a great quote.
I'm sorry.
Interrupted mid quote.
I'm such a bad co-host.
What a bad co-host.
I'm putting the mic down.
Put the mic down. So they're interviewing Hayao Miyazaki here, and he says,
"Wait, what were we talking about again?"
He says.
The Disney of anime.
The
Disney of anime. The king.
The king of anime.
He wanted to see it finished.
He says, "Hey, not once in my life have I ever worried about anything else." But he's like, "I want to see the last piece of the rebuild of Evangelion because, that's how good it is. That's how amazing it is. That's how touching it is. That's how personal it is. That's why it's so important." And we didn't come to this podcast to even talk about End of Evangelion, but now look at us. We started 40 minutes in and talking about we're gonna have a lighthearted talk about Gunpla, and now we touch the inner depths of everyone's soul.
But this is what was the quote? You and I. Sorry, go ahead, Angie.
What was the quote?
No, the quote is that that was the quote? He said I've never asked anyone to finish anything ever. Or even cared to. Right. But he said, hey, I need you to finish this story. Right. Because this is important for me.
And that was the
ending. That's how emotionally resonant what Hideaki Anno's work is to everyone who cares about it. Is because they need it because it's a part of your soul.
Yeah.
It's like existential. It's a part of living. And if you see that, that's why it is. It's it's dirty, it's dark, it's gritty, it's beautiful, it's full of color and light. It's everything. And that's what the human soul is made of. So when you put that all together, you see the most important piece of cinema, I think, ever made.
And on that note, I think we're done.
We're done.
So like and subscribe. Thank you, Angie, for joining
We
us.
got there, brother.
Enjoyed hanging out.
And catch us next time.
Love to have you, Angie Bodangie.
We'll talk about what we're watching a little bit more. Catch us next time. Like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.